Hey guys, welcome back to XICups. In today's episode, I wanted to change the lever piece on my Breville Barista Express. I figured let's do this together on camera. So this way, if you guys have any questions on how to do this, or if you wanted to do this at home, you have this video to refer to. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so before we begin, I want to go over a couple of things first. First of all, I think that the Breville Barista Express is a very capable machine as it is. However, there are small little things that I wish that I could change about it, and this is one of those things. If you can see over here, the original steam and water lever on the Barista Express is actually just a small knob. I understand that they designed it this way so that it's more space saving. However, even for somebody who does not have a particularly big hand like myself, I still find this to be a bit flimsy and cumbersome to operate sometimes. Again, it's just one of those things that's very minor. I'm sure that if nobody ever made a replacement kit for this lever, I'll be completely fine with it. But anyways, so I came across this product on Amazon the other day when I was just browsing around, and I thought this was very interesting. So I wanted to, I guess, install it and give it a try. Theoretically, this should significantly improve the handling on the Steam 1 lever piece. So before we begin, I just wanted to say that if you have a new machine, I would not recommend replacing the handle on it, just because by opening the machine, you're potentially voiding the warranty. So if you have a new machine, I guess do it at your own risk. And also the tools that you will need for this installation is just a Phillips head screwdriver, just a plus screwdriver, as well as a, preferably if you have a long, skinny flathead screwdriver. All right, let's get the installation started. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do before we begin is to obviously ensure your machine is currently unplugged. And to make the installation easier, we are going to remove the drip tray, as well as, of course, the little accessory hopper. Also, we're going to unlock the bean hopper and remove the bean hopper altogether. Lastly, we're also going to remove the water tank. So in order to have access to the lever piece, there are 7 screws in total that we will need to remove. It'll be 5 in the back as well as 2 in the front. Oh, of course, before I forget, remove your temper as well. Okay, so the first 2 screws that we're going to remove in the front is going to require the Phillips head screwdriver. Let me just go ahead and bring in my GoPro and show you exactly where those 2 screw pieces are. Alright, the first screw is actually going to be right in between the steam one as well as the water spout in this little hole right here. The next piece is actually going to be right near where the holder is for the temper. Okay, so we are just going to go ahead and take the screwdriver and remove those screws. Okay, and at this point, if you actually have a magnetic tipped screwdriver, is going to help with extracting the screws a little bit easier. Right now, they're kind of just inside. Okay, next, there are actually 5 more screws, like I said, right in the back. So we have these 5 right here, and we're going to remove them with a Phillips head as well. Alright, so after you have removed the screws, we're going to carefully just lift off the top piece. Keep in mind, if you have this version, which is a Barista Express with a grinder built in, there are some wires that are connected to the lid. So you want to just go ahead and lift this off very, very carefully. Should just come right out. Okay. And now we're just going to rotate it to the side. So this way we have access to the lever. So like I said, the wires that I was talking about is right over here. So just keep in mind, don't yank this off too hard. Otherwise you might damage the wiring that's inside the box. All right, so the next thing that we are going to need is just the flathead screwdriver. This is the little clip that's currently clipping the lever piece in place. So what we are going to do is we're going to push down on that piece with the flat side of the flathead screwdriver, going to pop that piece right out. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see everything clearly clearly, I'm trying to show this on the GoPro here. There's this little piece right over here. You see it right over here that we're going to push on. If you have a smaller screwdriver, it's going to make this a little bit easier. Alright, so this is a piece that we just pushed out, and again, the little piece that you're pushing on is just this little top part right here. It's actually quite thick, so you might want to apply a bit more force, but once you push it, this piece is going to come right out. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to remove these two screws, that's right over here, and then replace the plastic piece on top with the replacement. And of course, this is a good time to show you what comes in the box of the Crema. So a couple first impressions, I guess, while I'm opening this. This lever piece is actually a lot heavier than the plastic piece that originally on the machine. This is actually, it feels very well made. It feels to be quite solid and obviously made out of metal. And it does come in two colors. I picked the one with the black handle piece to match the black unit I have, but I do have one that's in all chrome. So on this replacement piece, Crema did include these two screws, and these two are the screws that we want to use instead of the original ones that's on the original lever dial. All right, so we just go ahead and remove this two screws. And of course, take out the screws that's on the replacement. So now we're just going to take this beige piece from the original lever and place it onto the new one. Just keep in mind the little clip piece that we saw before should be facing the handle piece. All right, so it should just be facing upwards like this. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We're going to secure it in with the screw that came in on the replacement. So after we do that, we are just going to pop this back into the socket on the Barista Express. So once it's in, you should be able to hear a click. Okay, there you go. So right after the installation, I do feel that there's a little bit of play on the lever, but however, I don't think this is due to the replacement piece, as this is on very securely. So right off the bat, I do feel this improves the whole steaming experience, but we will give it a shot once we put the machine back together. All right, so to put all the pieces back is actually very simple. All you do is put the lid back on very slowly, and I don't think those. Oh, there you go. I was just gonna say the screw never popped out, but here's one of them. Of course, we're gonna spin the machine around and go ahead and replace the back. There are actually two side screws that are originally in the back. One of them are slightly longer than the other. Keep in mind, the shorter screw will go on the two sides, and the longer screws, there are three of them, those will go towards the middle. Okay, so first the shorter screws. And now the longer ones. And as for the little two screws that was on the original lever, I do recommend that you guys just kind of screw it back into the lever cap. And just in case if you guys ever wanted to, I guess, swap it back or whatnot, this way you have to screw exactly where you need to find them. Okay, just like so. And we're just going to replace everything back to where they were. Okay, Okay, so now everything's put back together. I plugged the machine in. So one thing that you guys might actually run into after the installation is that you will see the blinking light between single and double. All this means is that you actually didn't lock the hopper. So remember when we took the hopper out, we actually unlocked it. So you just want to go ahead and make sure that it's locked in. Here you go, and that takes care of that. All right, so let's try out the new lever. Obviously, there's nothing really that different as far as operation is speaking. You still push it towards you for the steam and away from you for the water. So one thing I did notice is that when the machine's plugged in, the lever is actually a lot looser to operate than it was when the machine was open. I'm guessing it's something to do with the water pressure that's in the tank. Either way, this little lever fixes one of the minor complaints that I had with the Breville Barista Express. I do think this is a great modification if you guys want to do this. But again, keep in mind, by opening the machine, you are risking a void on the manufacturer's warranty. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. Of course, give the videos a thumbs up if you did. And of course, share this video with anybody who you think might also find it to be useful. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!